I see a few people coming in. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Ready to share out the stream, get as many people watch as you can. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. See 10 of you already watching. Get started here in just a couple of minutes. Get the stream shared out to as many people as you can. It's kind of a little impromptu after Christmas chat. Be with you in just a minute or two. Just realized I had the mic muted. See EOD, Kaboom in the chat. Loves having the song back. Thought we'd never get to hear it again. I really like this one. I thought it got old, that's why I changed it out. But apparently, maybe by popular demand, I may bring it back. Get started here in just a minute or two. See 10 of you watching. Appreciate you being here. Nothing special tonight. Just going to hang out a little bit. All right. Music's gone. You know what time it is. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to HamShackTV Live. I'm your host, Josh AA4 WX. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Impromptu stream tonight. Was not planning on live streaming tonight, but decided, we'll jump on. We've had a sickness come through our household over the past week, so Christmas has been kind of subdued. If you can hear my voice is a little crackly, but we've had RSV run through the house with our twin boys, so been a little rough for this particular Christmas. Not really done much of anything. Did go visit some family last night, left the boys here, but I'm feeling a lot better. Boys are hopefully on the upswing too. 17 folks watching. Definitely not the crowd that we saw last week with the big giveaway, but appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Don't know if Coffee and Ham Radio is on tonight, but figured we'd jump in and say hello. I sent a link to the regular panelists. If any of them are bored, want to join in, they're more than welcome to as well. Let's see who's all in the chat here. Del Fargus is in the house. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Mr. Long Whiskers, November 5, Mike Lima Whiskey. Merry Christmas, everyone. Chris, KD9YSW is in the house. The other Chris, N3WER, Ham Radio Elmer. Merry Christmas. God is good all the time. Of course, EOD Kaboom. Merry Christmas, everyone. Year of the club coming up. Get involved, get new people involved, make this the best year for your clubs. The S in the parentheses. Some of us have multiple clubs. Indeed. Del Fargus, nice. Let's see here. Checking the chat. Ted W is in the house. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ted. Frequency Frontiers. Good evening, everyone. KE8 UFI. Good evening, y'all. KM7 COJ. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año e felicidad. My wife is bombing the chat. You might see a appearance from her walk back here in just a minute. Love you too. W9EGL, greetings from Alabama, Robert and Middleine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Paul, I got to turn the TV off up here, or mute it or something. Paul Kowald, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Still taking practice tests for technician license. Want to be consistently in the 90s before you take the test. That is a fantastic philosophy. My philosophy is be consistently in the 80s, but hey, 90s, that's going to give you even more confidence. Absolutely. Top Guns in the house. Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's see here. EOD Kabam, you got it, Paul. Very good. You just saw Charlotte cross behind me. Top Guns watching from Wisconsin. Let's see here. My boss man is in the chat. Michael Wiseman. Merry Christmas, boss. Let's see here. And not the boss here, but on my day job. Let's see here. Chris says all out Whitney Marler are so cute. That's sweet. Don't know if she's ever bombed one of my streams before, but glad to see she did. KJ5 RT, sup guys? Let's see here. Del Fargus says you only need 75 to pass. Actually, the number's 74. 74 or better passes. Excuse me, passes the exam. Had an old Elmer of mine, W4PGM, Paul Mandel. He drove me to my technician test back in 2010, and he said, if you make more than the 74, you're just showing off. So there you go. Paul, the Southern Ham says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Pardon me, I'll get some for a cough in a minute. I told you it went through me. Jason Wells is in the house. Good to see him. That's KO4DDG. Soul Studios. Yep, he switched over to the proper channel there. Folks, let me put you on hold for a minute. Otherwise, I'm going to cough my head off. I'll be right back in just a minute. Woo! I'm back. Goodness gracious. Turn that music back off. Cough my head off. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for the patience there. Y'all have got it going on tonight. Still got a really good crowd in here for impromptu stream. 35 of you watching tonight. Let's see here. Go back in the chat here. KG7 Easy Peas in the house. Soul Studio says hairball. Not anymore. Don't have a cat anymore. Gary Graham's in the house. Well, he switched mics if he coughs his head off. Now, I need Ricola. I haven't had Ricola in years. I will tell you this. For a cough, which I don't have any of these right now, but for a cough, the best thing in the world is something called Fisherman's Friend. Our pastor turned me on to that, and it tastes awful. It is the worst tasting cough drop on the face of the planet, but it works. Works really good. Let's see. What else is in the chat here? There goes the boss. Die Hard is an awesome Christmas movie. Josh disagrees with this statement. Yeah. Here we go. Let's start on this. Let's go ahead and jump in on this. This is going to be applicable to only the YouTube audience. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, you won't be able to vote in this. So I'm going to start a poll here. By the way, if you're feeling still in the giving mood, channel memberships and channel donations are also available tonight. You can click the little flashing right down on the bottom and give to your heart's potential there. Also, channel memberships get you early access to videos that are already scheduled for release. So you can do that for as little as $2.99 a month. Let's see here. All right, polls up. Here we go. Y'all vote to your heart's content. Let me know what you think. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And I screwed that up. I forgot to put the word movie. So is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Let me say this. I'm gonna sway the poll a little early. Bruce Willis himself says Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. He says himself, it is not a Christmas movie. It is a Bruce Willis movie. Let me know in the chat. Vote in the poll. I'm curious. Hey, 70-30 right now as a yes. I have to fight this fight with the boss people every day. Oh, dear God, Dave. Be nice. Bruce has dementia. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This was before he said that before he had dementia. Oh, goodness gracious. Dave also marks he's using one of the HamShackTV emojis. Those you are able to use those if you have a HamShackTV channel membership. Let's see what else is going on in the chat here. John's in the process of buying a new house. Should I buy a new radio as a housewarming gift to myself? Absolutely. Buy one of those 7300 Mark IIs. I've still got the loaner that I've got for Gigaparts right here. I need to do more videos on it, but sickness, holidays, all that's kind of gotten in the way. I love this radio, and I will tell you, I'm probably going to end up keeping it. So we'll see. Paul, anyone know of the brand TYT? Visually impaired, so I want the brand because I heard there's a voice chip. TYT has, I don't know about their voice stuff. Maybe they do. I do know Baofeng has voice response. Somebody I saw this earlier. I didn't get. Oh, here we go. Grayman Poda in the house says, "Shut your mouth. Fisherman's Friend is gross. It is gross. I will say it is gross, but it works. Absolutely works." Jerry Bowden. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello, Josh. Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. Oh well, I can jump on. Tired. I had no clue to talk. I don't know either. We're just figured I'd get on and talk a little bit. 44 folks watching. What a great turnout for, I guess that means Coffee and Ham Radio is not on tonight. So glad some of y'all are tuning in. Appreciate y'all being here. Del Fargo says, we used to call Fisherman's Friend Whiskey Mints when we were kids. I could see that. I could totally see that. Mike says, don't care what Bruce Willis says. It's a Christmas movie. Check on the poll results. 73-27 right now in favor of it. WA4TED says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Mike says the filmmakers have said it's a Christmas movie. Sure. Let's see here. Charlotte says, what was your favorite Christmas gift what was your favorite gift that you received for Christmas? It's a good question. I'll pose that to you folks in the chat. What did you get for Christmas that you really, really liked? Let's have two different categories for that. Okay. One, your favorite ham radio gift that you received, if you received anything ham radio related. And two, your favorite gift otherwise. Jump in the chat and let me know what y'all think. Chris says, look, I'm a Yaesu guy, but I'm really eyeballing the Mark II. You should be eyeballing the Mark II. The Mark II is fantastic. It is just such a step up from the original 7300. Del Fargus says, my son got me a gift certificate from Ham Radio Outlet. Very nice. Chris says, no gifts this year. That ain't no good. Anybody else? Did anybody get a 7300 Mark II for Christmas? Chris says, I got an AL 811 for my Christmas. Very nice. Gary says, I did not get any ham related gifts or anything at all. What is it with you all not getting any gifts? My wife is very pleased with her skylight calendar. That was a shared gift. I went and picked it up and we put it up together. If y'all don't know what a skylight calendar is, it's pretty cool if you've got busy family. I'll see if I can pull it up. Let y'all take a look. If you got a busy family life, these things are phenomenal. Yep, sure enough. Hang on. So this is a skylight calendar. And it is phenomenal. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you guys. These are phenomenal. Basically, it looks, almost like a whiteboard, but it's a digital calendar. And you can control this with your cell phone, or you can control it directly with the calendar itself. But really cool thing. You can seamlessly integrate it with Google Calendar, Outlook, Apple Calendar. I don't know what that is, and Yahoo Calendar. I don't know anybody uses Yahoo Calendar. But you can do chore charts, routines, free app access, meal planning, custom list. This has been great with our daughter. She's been doing her nightly checklist. KB5UTY, is there a monthly fee for the base service? No, not at all. If you want the extra things like meal planning and the photo, because it does rotate pictures on it when it's not used as a screensaver. If you want all that, there is it's a $70 a year thing, keyword $70 a year thing. But for the base, it's there's no extra charge to it at all. So yeah, I really love this. I'm glad Whitney enjoyed it too. It was one of those things that we just kind of messed with. You know what this means? Gotta do it.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man. All right, let's.
Soul Studios with the Dime Spot says, hope you had a good day. What was under your tree? So and that's what we're asking. What did everybody get for Christmas? I got some cool things. I got a lot of snacks and things like that. But part of my Christmas was my scooter that I bought myself a few months ago. That definitely was part of it. And I've spent a lot of money on me this year. So really didn't do much otherwise with it. But, I got some new shirts and new things like that. So yeah, this year was more about the kids and about Whitney. Whitney got a nice little addition to her wedding band. So she's got that going this year. Cooley says, we are celebrating this weekend when my youngest comes up. Let's see here. DAC board and a Raspberry Pi work as well. That's if you're a programmer. There's so many, and I'm going to beat on some of y'all for a minute. There's so many of y'all out there that think everybody that's a ham radio operator is a computer programmer. They're not. I can barely do anything with a Raspberry Pi. So yeah, I mean, you could do that with a Raspberry Pi if you want. I've got some friends that have done it, but yeah, otherwise, this thing does it all for you. The Skylight. N8RWG says not a 7300 Mark II, but getting a 7300 on Friday. Speaking of 7300, our winner of the 7300 that I gave away was K5LAG down in Texas, and his 7300 should be arriving tomorrow, if I understand correct. Michael Satterfield says I got a C-Star S30 telescope and a Samsung Galaxy tablet S9 FE Plus. Cool. Gary says I've been good this year, but it wasn't meant for me to get what I want. I understand that. Grayman Poda said, I bought my wife her annual 12-month hanging calendar with color photos of the dog taking a dump. That's nice. That's nice. I could get a kick out of that. Del Fargo says my wife would love that. She's always making calendars and with work stuff, kids after school stuff, bills, plans. Exactly. That's the whole thought behind this. That's the absolute whole thought behind this. And yeah, cool. Check it out, Del Fargus. Interstellar says cash. Cash is always good, right? I didn't tell my wife what I wanted. Oops. Shame on you. You can't get what you want if you don't tell her. Let's see here. Dave says that's awesome. Yeah. Let's see here. Yod Kaboom says just sold the motorcycle, so that's my gift. 101 MP or amplifier. Well, depends on what you got already. Let me know what HF rig you got first. Let's see here. Prep Him Paul in the chat. Good to see Prep Him Paul. Somebody said too much eggnog. No, if you're coming in late, guys, we've had RSV run through our house really bad, and I'm on the very, very back end of it. I've just got a little cough left, but our boys have it really bad. So forgive the coughing here and there. Not too much eggnog. By and large, in the chat, everybody is saying 101 MP. Nothing wrong with 101 MP. I got a buddy of mine's got one. Prep Him Paul says my youngest two got new Roth IRAs started for Christmas. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Del Fargo says he's coughing, not hiccuping. That's right. That's right. All right, I'm going to end the poll here. 72 to 28. Once again, I have been defeated when it comes to the argument about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, which is not a Christmas movie. I don't care what y'all say. It's still not a Christmas movie. EOD Kaboom says, I've got the FTDX10, but I bet I'd love the 101 even harder. Yeah, you probably would. You probably would. If you want to take that step up, do it. But don't sleep on the 7300 Mark II. It's good radio. N3WR, should I sell my gold and silver? Silver is over $70 and gold is around 4,500. I'm not going to give financial advice here, and I'm not the one to ask financial advice. Jake says Rambo could be considered a Christmas movie. It has a Christmas tree. I guess theoretically, you could say that. I mean, that's the argument that I make with folks is you can say it happen, you know, it happens at Christmas, or it has a Christmas tree in it, or a scene from Christmas, and that automatically qualifies as a Christmas movie. No, it doesn't. No, I completely disagree. What did I miss? Talking about selling. Oh, Grayman POTUS telling Chris, don't sell the silver or the gold. Do we need Burl Ives to come in here and sing for you? Silver and gold. No. Charlotte, my daughter's in the background, or Charlotte, or Carolyn, or that, or Whitney's posing as Charlotte, one or the other. Ask, what part of Christmas do we all pretend to love but secretly hate? That's a good question. That's a really good thought-provoking question. Jake says, just providing context for fun banter. Absolutely. Let's see here. Just in case, says Santa was not good to me. I did not get the ICOM, or did not get an ICOM. Gray Man says eating fruitcake. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, keep this chat going, guys. 40 people watching. That's a really good stream for me. At least an impromptu stream. Anybody do any POTA or anything today? I hope not. Today's not a ham radio holiday. But did anybody go and do anything ham radio related today or yesterday or anything like that? Chris seconds the eating fruitcake. KJ5SR or KJ5RT says, never had fruitcake. I should try it. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. I don't think I've ever had fruitcake, but no, absolutely not. Just in case says, I was a hunter today. Got some action. Good. I've had 20 meters on all day, and I've seen the waterfall going a little crazy today, so I know some stuff's been going on. Ham Radio KS says, don't see a whole lot of people hoarding myrrh. That's a good point. Just in case says, pretty quiet on 10 meters. I haven't seen a lot of activity on 10 meters ever. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit on the 10-meter contest a couple of weeks ago, but overall, it's just maybe I just don't have a good 10-meter antenna. I don't know. Let's see here. What else is going on in the chat? Chris says he activated 4329. Very good. Rob Slagle in the house saying, hi, HamShackTV. Merry Christmas from Montgomery, Alabama, W9EGL. Put me on your channel. Well, there you go. You're here. Rayman POTUS says, Del Fargus. I will make it easy and just drink the rum. There you go. KJ5RT says, yesterday got my 160th activation for the year. Fantastic. Gray Man. I activated 2 parks and had a park to park with KB5UTY. Very nice. Let's see here. John says, eating fruitcake. Do people eat those? I thought there was only one and just happens to keep getting shipped around. That's a good point. A lot of people use fruitcake as doorstops. Pardon me, folks. I probably won't stay long. Y'all are going to start dropping off because of my coughing. ThinkPad mods and rebuilds WD4VHZ. The mast and mat I won on your live stream a few days ago arrived yesterday on my birthday. Thank you. I believe that was Marvin W0MET that had that one. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy it. Just in case says I'm a new amateur with a tech, so I'm happy pushing 100 contacts in the past 15 days. That's great. Cooley says hunted POTA. Chris says I read the birth narrative from Luke chapter 2 or Matthew 1 through 2. It's my favorite Christmas thing to do. That's a great thing to do. And folks, if you're not familiar with the Christmas story, I did a video about that that released early this morning. So go take a look at that if you get a chance. Chris says time for more whiskey. That's a heck of a way to follow that up. Del Fargus says I read all of Luke yesterday. Very good. Del Fargus says started with the nativity and just kept going. That's great. Manly One, the radio I won did not get shipped until today. Interesting, it shipped on Christmas Day. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you'll have it in a few days. Kelly, K1SOE says Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Kelly. ThinkPad Mods and Rebuild says it was Marvin, and I built a case tube for it out of 3/4 inch gray PVC conduit to protect it. Very nice. All right. Let's talk about this. Bring another topic. Favorite Christmas movie. And Die Hard doesn't count because we've talked about Die Hard too much tonight. Outside of Die Hard, favorite Christmas movie. Get it in the chat. Let's see what we got. EOD Kaboom says Tower's going on the Rift tomorrow. Getting rotor installed, and then the hex is going up. Top Gun says Top Gun's his favorite Christmas movie. I don't think that's a Christmas movie. Charlotte says Elf. Yeah. Del Fargus says It's a Wonderful Life. I don't think I've ever watched It's a Wonderful Life all the way through. Ham Radio KS, Kansas. I'm assuming that's Kansas, says Christmas Story. Die Hard 2 is certainly not a Christmas movie. If you want to talk about Christmas or Die Hard movies being great, my favorite Die Hard movie is Die Hard with a Vengeance. Love that one. It's my favorite of them all. KJ5RT says The Christmas Story. Chris also says that. Mercy. Now, this is where we're talking. Frequency Frontiers Christmas Vacation. Yes, absolutely. Chris says Polar Express, then Die Hard. Mike says Christmas Story. Top Gun says, just kidding. It's a Wonderful Life. The Radical Squadron says The Nightmare Before Christmas. Gremlins, that's a new one. That's another one that people say is a Christmas movie, and I don't really see it. Dave says Fat Man, Violent Night, Elf, and then National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Absolutely. Kelly says It's a Wonderful Life. Jake says, is Harry Potter considered Christmas movies? I don't know enough about Harry Potter to say so. I have heard it categorized as that before. Manly One says November Christmas or Christmas in Conway. Lost my mom to cancer before Christmas many years ago now. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Michael says National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I've got my Christmas Vacation shirt on. Y'all have seen it before. The Santa Claus. That's good. Let's see here. Soul Studio says progress on selling house. Selling the house is on hold. It will be on hold until I get back from Orlando Hamcation. So we'll probably put it back on the market then. KE8UFI says the Grinch. Well, the question is which Grinch? There's the one that's on NBC right now, which is the old cartoon one. There's the Jim Carrey one, and then there's the one that had Kenan Thompson in it. I can't remember the name. Kenan Thompson, Pentatonics, all that, the new one. What do you think? Which one? Gray Man says Trading Places, not familiar with that. Paul Cowald says Polar Express. Ham Radio Kansas says Holiday Inn. Don't know Holiday Inn, but I've stayed at one before. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Andrew in 1XXU says Santa was good to us. We got a new FT891 from his FedEx sleigh today. Merry Christmas. Fantastic. Chris says, I think Josh should build a Moxon 10-meter beam for tags, and 10-meter will open little. I've been challenged to do that before. I haven't done that though. EOD Kaboom says all Harry Potter movies midnight releases were right around Christmas, so it feels like it. Yeah. Miracle on 34th Street, Terry with the Tango says, with the one with Sebastian Cabot as Santa. Charlotte says the Jim Carrey one. We're talking about the Grinch. If you haven't seen it, Red One on Prime, free, good movie. I tried watching Red One a few weeks ago, and it just couldn't grab my interest. Of course, anything with The Rock in it kind of loses my interest anyway, because he's in like every single movie that exists these days, it seems like. Del Fargus asks, am I the only one with Grinch fatigue? I can feel it. I feel it. Whitney says Elf. Elf's good. Elf's good. I like that one. I got to watch that one at least once a season. Soul Studios asks, is Batman Return a Christmas movie? No. Whitney says, Santa, I know him. Chris says Red One is a good movie. I guess I just didn't get into it. I don't know. Deadpool. I don't know anything about Deadpool. I'm not a movie person, sadly. I think that's part of it. Is A Christmas Story a Christmas movie? Absolutely, A Christmas Story is a Christmas movie. I will tell you this. I do not like A Christmas Story. I know I just lost a lot of subscribers by saying that, but I do not like that movie at all. Don't know why. I cannot get into it. The only scene, there's two scenes that are interesting to me and make me laugh. One is when he licks the flagpole or whatever it was. Two is whenever when the family's having the Christmas dinner in a Chinese restaurant. Terry Bailey says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Everyone is at a Christmas party. Andrew says Christmas Story is my go-to. Manly One says my wife said Red One was great. We recorded it and I've not watched it yet. Dale Fargus says A Christmas Story is only not a Christmas story if you put your eye out. Fair point. Rob Slagle says, haha, my wife makes me watch it every year. The Muppet Christmas Carol with Michael Caine. I can't do a good Michael Caine impression. Jake says, unfollow, kidding. Chris says, flagpole. Was it a flagpole that he licked? Or was it a light pole? WLK 1965 is waiting for my Reliant HWEF. I have not heard about that. If I remember correctly, I think that was Tortoise. He may have not gotten it shipped yet. We'll check with him. The Radical Squadron asks, what determines a Christmas movie or a movie to be a Christmas movie? Bruce Willis made it perfectly clear that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. No, he did not. He said verbatim, Christmas or Die Hard is not a Christmas. I told you she'd appear. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. He said it himself. Dave says, I had Chinese with my mom for lunch today. New tradition. I've heard about people doing Chinese on Christmas. Let's see. WLK says A Christmas Carol 1984 version. Okay. Mike says, I'm not a moron. I'll still follow you even though you don't like A Christmas Story. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't find it as entertaining as I do Christmas Vacation or Elf. It is a flagpole. Okay, I'm right. 365 days until Christmas, and the neighbors already have their lights up. So, speaking on lights, last night when I went to bed, starting to go to sleep, and I started to hear fireworks. Folks, Christmas is not a fireworks holiday. Put your fireworks away. Unless that was Santa's sleigh backfiring somewhere. Jake says flagpole definitely double dog dare, I think. Yep. Del Fargo says Chinese restaurants aren't closed on Christmas because they aren't Christian. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say no Chinese people are Christian, but I would. You're in the vast majority. You're correct. If I remember correctly, I think Christianity is illegal in the People's Republic of China or the Communist Republic of China, whatever it is. Gray Man says we skip the ham and turkey and have Christmas tacos every year now. I'm not against tacos. Give me tacos anytime. WLK says I hated A Christmas Story also. Glad I'm not the only one. I can't say hate it. I know it's not that I hate it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Solstice says, yeah, Bruce and Macaulay both stated it. Well, Macaulay wasn't in Die Hard, was he? I don't think he was. Paul Kowald says, my favorite part is when Ralphie swears and gets soap in the mouth. Yeah, I remember that. Terry with the Tango says, no fireworks here, only folks shoot with their new guns. Welcome to Tennessee. That was definitely not guns last night. It was, you could hear the squawk. Ted W says, I'd be quite pleased with Christmas tacos. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cooley says, I had pizza. We actually had pizza tonight too, but not by choice. Jake says, beef or chicken tacos? Beef. But if you say beef, can I throw in a little bit of another idea? How about chorizo? Chorizo tacos? What do you think? Chris says Home Alone. Home Alone absolutely is a Christmas movie, and it is a wonderful Christmas movie. Steaks at the M3WER house. Steaks are good any day. Any day. W9EGL. More turkey is consumed at Christmas than at Thanksgiving. Y'all can keep that turkey. We don't do turkey around here. I can't stand turkey. Disgusting. Cooley asked fish tacos. Fish tacos aren't bad. Fish tacos aren't bad. Dave says chorizo and egg for breakfast, maybe not just chorizo. So one of the things I've been getting at the Mexican restaurant a lot lately is chorizo nachos. I absolutely love chorizo. Love it. Jake says, oh, dang it. You went there, chorizo. Absolutely. Absolutely, I did. Dell says, we did our big Christmas dinner last night with 7 fishes, all kinds of veggies, and pierogies. What am I doing? I'm just hanging out. What are you doing? You're supposed to be on the stream. No, you don't have to be here. Just kidding. WLK says, I saw a French taco place when I was walking around Cork, Ireland. What in the heck is a French taco? Is the taco shell made of a crepe? Now you got me thinking of Talladega Nights. Just say, I love crepes. These colors don't run, Ricky Bobby. Chris says chorizo and steak tacos. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Soul Studio says Macaulay self-proclaimed himself as the godfather of Christmas movies, LOL. So claimed his opinion carries weight in the debate. He can self-proclaim all he wants, but is he really the godfather of Christmas movies? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. For one, Tim Allen's been in more Christmas movies than anybody because he is the big guy himself. But even then, there's an argument that should Chevy Chase be considered that role? Should Cousin Eddie be considered in that role? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Tortoise says Tofurkey. Let's see here. Have to go. Have a good holidays. Merry Christmas to you, Jerry. Whitney's reminding me we're having barbecue pork in our Christmas gathering on Saturday. That is, if we get to be there. Walleye tacos are great. I've never had walleye. Never had it. Chorizo goes great with potatoes. Makes great tacos. Interesting. As far as potatoes with Mexican, the closest I can get to knowing what that is like the little potatoes you get at Taco Bell. And I'm not talking about nacho fries. I'm talking about those little, they call them cheesy fiesta potatoes. That would be great with chorizo. Grayman says, for the record, Bruce Willis made the not a Christmas movie comment during a comedy roast and was considered tongue-in-cheek. I don't care. He said it. He's on the record for it. Turducken, yeah. Jake says Chevy Chase is the king. Elon might Jewett be a lord. I don't know. Whitney isn't a channel member. Well, I'd hope she wouldn't because we'd just be paying her. Truth be told, we'd just be paying YouTube. Del Fargo says Cousin Eddie was the only person to stand up and cover his heart when they said the Pledge of Allegiance before the dinner. That's a good point. I watched that last night, and I did notice that. Chevy kind of started to rise, but he never did. But yeah, you got a good point. Got a good point. I mean, let's be real, folks. Cousin Eddie is a true American legend. You might as well put him on, what you call it? Not Mount Everest, Mount Rushmore. N3WER says Home Alone has the most energy of all movies. Second, Christmas Vacation. Second. I don't know if I agree with you on that. Maybe Home Alone because there's more of them, 1 and 2. Because let's be honest, Christmas Vacation 2 was a crack of bull crap. It was terrible. It's terrible. I don't know. No. WLK, we're talking about the tacos a minute ago. Sliced fried potatoes. Huh. I don't know. Bob Stone says, I've been rewatching most of the Christmas movies from the 80s and 90s, and now that I'm older, most of them were terrible. Don't be saying that about any of the John Hughes movies. Great. Oh, boy. I knew I wasn't going to stay alone all night. Here he is. I hear your radio. I do not hear you. Breaker 19.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you now.
All right, give me 2 seconds. I was trying to get you to pause there, but I couldn't type fast enough. I got dogs. Let me go take care of them real quick.
Take the dogs. We'll be here. Anyway, let's see. Gray Man has a hot take here, and I will agree with him. Taco Bell is the #1 Mexican restaurant in America, hands down. Although I had Del Taco for the first time at the Dalton Ham Fest down in Georgia earlier this past year. It's good. It's good. If they would just expand nationwide, they could give Taco Bell a run for the money. Bob Stone says Santa Claus with Tim Allen is a go-to if I must watch a Christmas movie. Yeah, that's a good point too. That the Santa Claus does carry the most Christmas energy, I think. That whole series. Now, they got goofier and goofier the further they went. But I think that the Santa Claus franchise is very underrated compared to some of these other ones. What's up, Michael? Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's been quiet. This is the first Christmas with no kids in the house, dude. It was so nice to wake up on Christmas morning and yawn and go to the bathroom and not have 20 or at least 2 kids. Daddy. Thank God the kids are gone out of the house. How was your Christmas, dude?
I've been telling folks this isn't Christmas to me at all. We got sickness all throughout the house.
Yeah.
The 2 boys are down with RSV, so it's been kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I got it too. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
you gotta quit eating out of the same bowls.
I guess, but we'll get caught up over the weekend when everybody's doing better. But them boys have been to the doctor 3 times with this week. So,
yeah, Dave says I'm gonna miss it. You know what? I already am, because my boy, he helped with everything around the house, and we've got a pretty good sized house. It's not a little tiny house. It's a pretty good sized house, and I tell you what, man, it's hard keeping up with stuff. Literally getting up at 4 a.m. to leave at 5 to be at a job site by 6 and not be home until 4, 5, or 6 o'clock at night. It's rough, man. And then you get home and you don't want to do anything. And then the weekends come and you just want to sleep. It's hard, but I'm glad everybody, I saw everybody on my Discord and Josh's Discord. Everybody's having an amazing Christmas. I know I'm getting a new cell phone because mine is fried.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's got cracked all over. And that's Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
But yeah, it's she got a new cell phone. I got a new cell phone, and it was time to upgrade. She's got an old 6S that she's about worked to death. So I said, it's time to get a new cell phone. And she had a new cell phone 2 years ago. There it is. And it sat for so long, the battery died. So now it's just I get to trade this in.
I have the 16 Pro, and we've got ours about a year ago. Verizon switched they convinced me to switch from AT&T over. That's been a terrible mistake. It's been awful. I cannot stand Verizon, so we'll be going back. We'll be going back over to AT&T as soon as I get these phones paid off.
Dude, I've been with Verizon forever, and I did the trade in on these 2 phones, and I did the math, and it's going to save us $70 a month, and I've already got a $300 cell phone bill because my tablet has got one of the kids' SIM chips into it. And my other computer has one of the other kid's cell phone SIM chip into it. Oh yeah, I told him. I said, if you leave, you're not taking your cell phones. So I said, Dad's paying enough for it. David, sir,
that's messed up. Take your kid's phone away from him.
Damn right. I pay for that some bitch. I'm keeping it. What you doing, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just stepped outside, saw that you guys were live, figured I'd jump in for a few minutes.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Hot
Merry
dog.
Christmas. I've been telling everybody our Christmas campaigns kind of got blown up, so I decided, you know what? I bet Coffee and Ham Radio isn't on. These guys need something to watch, so I figured I'd jump in here and say howdy.
Good. Yeah, we've been spending the day with my youngest daughter and her husband. So I decided to come out in the garage and have a cigar, and saw you guys were live, so I figured I'd jump in for a few.
You need to put a computer in the garage, Dave.
I've got to clean my garage out first. Eventually it will be. It'll be a secondary shack.
So Jake here in the chat says, get off of Verizon and go to Visible. Did you know that Visible is actually Verizon? Same company. Cheaper, but I'm glad he brought that up. That ain't you, Michael. I don't know where it's coming from.
It was me. It's a dog behind me.
Oh.
And my dog heard that dog, and that's why he barked.
Have you ever looked into helium?
Me, no.
Yeah.
Dave, helium?
No, you.
Me, no. I have not.
Well,
If you
it's a gas. What are you talking about?
Not that kind of helium. Y'all, I'm not going to turn y'all into Mickey Mouse or whatever, but no, helium is actually a company that you can get a SIM card completely free, and you can get service on it completely free, albeit you don't get a whole lot of data with it. But if you need SIM cards for, like, I don't know, a POC radio or something like that, or a little tablet or something like that, they're great. They're great.
I had a photo tablet.
Mm-hmm.
I tried Mint, and they failed to build me the next after, you get the 3 months, and they failed to build me, and I was like, well, screw you. I said, I'm not going to chase you down to pay you. So I mean, if you can't auto build me like you said you were going to, then oh well.
Yep. By the way, somebody was asking about the antenna. Did you get that shipped out?
Yes, the antenna. That was Matt, N3 VAN Reliance Antennas. He should have got. I think he sent them out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he sent them out yesterday.
Cool. I told him it probably already been shipped, but you know how it is, Christmas time.
Well, he looked at me. I said, dude, you need to invoice me. You don't read your messages, and you don't answer your phone. And he said, what are you talking about? I said, you had to invoice me a second time for a second antenna. He goes, oh, crap. Hold on. Boom. And it invoiced me. I paid him. And he said, I'm taking it to the post office right now. So
I know Dale got his radio on Wednesday. Actually, Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday. He let me know he got his.
And I told everybody earlier, I got word from Giga that the 7300 will be with K5 LAG tomorrow. Supposed to arrive tomorrow.
Good.
Cool.
That's hot.
Yeah. Speaking of the Mark II, I got Jason to agree to do a review with the DX10 and the 7300, so I'm waiting for that video.
That'd be cool. Little showdown, little throwdown.
That's what I want to see.
I need to make some more content with my Mark II before I determine whether I'm going to purchase it or not. But I just hadn't had a chance to make any more content with it between all the sickness and the holidays and all that. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I got a solution for you to do that testing.
How?
Get yourself a Mark II, and if you like it, keep it. Sell your other radio. If you don't like it, send it back.
No, Jason said he's going to do that review while he's down in Galveston. So I'll wait and see what he does, because I'm selling the DX10 to buy the Mark II with.
All right. So how much you selling the DX10 for? Can we
Looks
get
like
$200?
I was supposed to say Jason Lockwood's in the chat says he's looking to get a DX10.
There you go.
I got to see the test first.
This used to be the trading post. Well, we'll bring it right back.
We can turn it into the auction post real quick. Remember, we tried to sell Josh's radio on the 24-hour thing. Man.
I was gonna say, Jason needs to buy Josh's 7300 and get himself an ICOM. I own several ICOMs.
I'm very happy with ICOM. I really am. Like,
I'm not a fanboy. You know, I mean,
I'm not a fanboy either. I got Kenwoods, I got ICOMs, I've got
I don't have
JCs.
Kenwoods. I don't have Kenwoods, and I haven't found a Kenwood that I was happy with. But I do have. I've got a 991 Alpha here. I've got an 891 in the truck. I've got a 7000 I use for POTA, and I've got a 7300 that's at NS3Ms in Pennsylvania. So I mean, I've got ICOM and Yaesu. I'm, you know, I got an ICOM ID 5100 sitting here, and a 500 in my truck. If I like it, I buy it.
Yep.
You know, and I just today found control software for the 991 Alpha, and I know probably everybody in the chat's going to go, "Well, it's been out there forever." Well, dude, you know,
YF I think that's what it's called.
I didn't see it. I just saw it today. I saw a YouTube video, and I said, "I got to get that control software, dude. It kicks butt."
I wish you'd have known you were looking for it. I'd let you know, but I only found out about YFView about 3 months ago.
This isn't what. No, this is What is this? Hold on. Because it's got recording software. It's got a ton of stuff built into it. Oh my god, this thing is amazing. I could
Is it WFView?
Is it what?
WFView?
No. This is from some cat in England.
That sounds like that. It's why something. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I will here. I have it running. Where's it at? There it is. This is the software, and it's running right now.
They put it up
Josh,
here.
can you throw that up there? That's the software that I'm running right now.
I've used that. I can't remember what that's called.
Dude, it's free. There's so much you can do on this. You know, I mean, yeah, it's got simple controls, but it's completely mirrored. So, and it's fast. It's really fast. You can select your bands. You can go AM, FM. You can go 2 meter. You can do aircraft. Anything you want with it. It's got super menus. There's your EQ, dude. You can tune your EQ instead of playing with the menu. It's right here.
Now that's a game changer.
Well, see, I mean, you got to buy it, but
no, the software is free.
No, the one I use, Win for Yaesu. I can control all my menu options. I can control EQ. I've had Win for Yaesu for years.
So yeah, you can change your transmit. You can change your receive. You can change everything. All your EQs. You could do everything. You pull the data from the radio, change it, and write it back to it. It is flawless.
Yeah, see, I couldn't
play with it all afternoon.
When I bought Win for Yaesu, I couldn't find any software that was free that I could utilize.
I just saw it on a YouTube channel. It popped up on my For You, and I was like, what is this? So yeah, I mean, you can see it's pretty quick right there. That dude is that's probably one of those Chinese or European stations. Yeah, it is. It's one of those AM stations, but I mean, Jesus, almost 30 over. But yeah, I've been having fun with it all afternoon. It's really neat software, and there's your COM port settings, dude. You just tell it which COM port you want and what speed you want. Connect, done. No setting up, no playing with stuff. Phenomenal. It has shortcuts for stuff. I can change the screen size. Everybody on YouTube's like, can you upgrade? Yes, you can operate remote with that. Let me go back to the COM port settings. There's your address. There's your UDP port. You can start your UDP port. What is it called? Let me close this. It's called 991 Alpha Link.
Oh, okay. So that's actually for the 991A.
Yeah. Program created for the 991 and the 991 Alpha by SP4 UBW. It allows radio control from a computer using cat commands. It also allows reading, editing, and saving memory channels. Reading, editing, and saving menu settings. Yes, you can get into your menu and change your menu settings through this. I have been playing with it all afternoon. If you like it, you can buy them a beer. Let me see if I this is going to be a chat exclusive because I am going to put this in the chat to get this software. Please support this guy. This thing is freaking phenomenal. But I am going to put this in the chat. If you've got a 991 Alpha and you want to check it out, I'm going to put in the chat the Google Drive for it, and he has all the documents for it. Dude, this thing, it's a phenomenal piece of software.
I got people in the chat fussing about Icom, so let me straighten these Icom people out right now. So here, check this out, y'all.
I have an IC 7300.
Yep. That's why I need to share. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all see my live cell phone. This little app right here
was dead cell phone.
Yeah, true. So this takes a little finagling to work, but I got it to work. I had to set up a VPN and everything for home. But check that out.
Is that the Mark? Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Mark II's got their server software built into it.
Yep.
Cool.
And I can see the waterfall. Let me switch it up to 40 meters here so y'all can see that. 20's dead for the night.
They basically did the same thing they did with the 9700.
Why is it not changing? I don't know. I think it's because I'm mirroring and using my mouse. So I'll change the bands that way.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, you can control the radio, you can talk, you can do everything with this, like everything. And here's what really, really excited me about this. Go down here to RxTX, FT8, receive. Why it went back to 40 meters or 20 meters is beyond me.
Maybe 20 meters was the last FT8 you were doing?
Maybe. So what I'm going to show you all is I can do FT8 remotely on my cell phone with my 7300 here in the shack.
That's very cool.
There's one right there. Grab it, key it up.
Leave it at 88 watts so you don't burn it up.
Right.
Yeah, see, I do FT8 at 20 watts.
I do it at 88 because, 88 miles an hour. I figured that was a safe wattage to put it at.
There he is.
Boom,
already coming back.
Yeah, but you can't run that like the Z version of WSTJ. Well, whatever. You can't you can't do auto call on that.
No, you can't. There's a few tricks to it that I don't like, which I think will come with time. But one thing I need to talk to Andy about is getting this log from this and see, it prompts you to log your call right there. Getting this particular application to talk to World Radio League.
That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. I don't know how you do it in a cell phone, but that would be cool.
Does it save it in a separate log?
Yeah, it puts it in an ADF. You export your
upload it.
Problem is with World Radio League, FTA or any uploaded contacts don't count, or they don't count towards your record, so to speak.
It will.
Yeah,
not right now, but it will.
They're changing that.
They're working on quite a bit of stuff. They're trying to get the desktop app right now out.
But
people like me was screaming for the desktop app.
Cool. Well, look. I know it's hard to see on your waterfall on the screen there, but look at the waterfall. It's showing where everybody is.
It's pretty too. I mean, for a cell phone, it's pretty.
They've got this available for your phone, for a tablet. desktop app, you name it. I only have it for the cell phone, at least right now. I'll probably end up buying it for the desktop. But this is just freaking awesome. I love it. You can operate, single sideband if you want, all kinds of stuff. So there's your answer to the beautiful little product that Michael showed a minute ago for the Icon people. Now, this is only on the FT or on the 7300 Mark II, as far as I know. I don't think it's on. I don't think you can do it with the regular 7300. But
Well, it doesn't have network capabilities. That's why.
That's correct.
I'm pretty sure you can use WFU on desktop. You don't have to pay for it to control the regular 7300.
I've done that before. Yeah, I've done that before, but this is a step further. Clearly. So,
well, boys, what do you think I should get for the day after Christmas breakfast?
I don't know, because I got to go to work half day tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yep. I am so sorry. You have you got HF in your truck, right?
No? My truck's not on the road right now.
Oh.
I will when it gets back on the road. It will, because I'll have my FTX1 with the SPA1 on it in the truck.
I was gonna say we could work each other running around.
Gray Man says I hunt Poda Parks from the bathroom with that program, my 7300 Mark II. He's not wrong.
I believe Tim was doing that.
Not wrong.
Oh my God,
honestly,
hilarious.
and shout out to Tim. He's the one that helped me get this thing connected and working. It blows me away.
Yeah, when I saw that video with this English dude talking about this software, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And then he had a link to the Google Drive and everything. And every time you boot it up, it'll check for updates. But I mean, you can even click C4FM for those people who love the wire stuff. You can set up your wire stuff through your 991 Alpha with this thing, which I thought was amazing. But you can get into all your menus and everything.
To the question about breakfast tomorrow morning, here's your answer.
That actually sounds really good.
Y'all don't have Waffle House up in the Northeast, though, do you?
No, we don't.
Shame on you. That's why you need to come back south.
We do have Waffle House, and we don't have Waffle House, but we do have Friendlies. We have Friendlies, and what's the other? I think there's some IHOPs around here someplace too. IHOP rates second to Waffle House. Just saying.
Tim, I see you, and yes, I will absolutely bring you in here. Give me a minute. I'll drop you a link in Discord. Yeah,
show us the disc. Let me unshare my fun stuff here.
Tim's going to show us the whole desktop app, y'all.
Tim's going to try to show me up here with his Icon software.
Tim should be in that chat. He was on the last stream.
Yeah, this is a different link, though, I think I put him in show prep, didn't I?
Yeah.
The booty's going to drop.
See you, Booty.
Hey, Dave. Merry Christmas.
Took my son to Waffle House for the first time. He's 6, and he said, yep, you've exposed a crack addict now. There you go.
Yep, that's it. Just make sure you sit at the end of the booths or the counter, just so you don't get into any of the fights down by the cash register.
Yep. The low top bar. That's where I always sit.
Yep.
Waffle House fights are legendary, though.
Oh yeah, most if not all of their food is legendary. And you get to watch them cook it right in front of you. So you see the dude wiping his nose, you can yell at him.
I was talking about the fights.
The what?
The fights.
Oh, the fights. Oh yeah, the fights are legendary. The food's legendary too. Okay.
Oh yeah. Food's not bad, but
KT Money, you have not been to the right Waffle Houses.
Just Google or get on YouTube and type in Waffle House fight. You'll have entertainment for the next month.
Oh yeah.
And there'll probably be somebody screaming "World Star" in the video.
Yep. All right, where's Timmy at? Come on, Tim.
Waiting on him.
God bless America. See, if we had to wait on all ICOM users,
IT guy can't get in the stream. Come on, Tim.
Oh, that's right. He is an IT guy. He's a nerd too.
KM7COJ, go for the fight, stay for a snack. That's right. That's right. How do you do your hash browns?
Scattered, smothered, and covered.
There you go.
I don't do smothered. I hate onions, but covered and chunked. Covered and chunks the way I go. And if I'm feeling frisky, country. They put the gravy on top of it. Yeah.
I like my hash browns scattered, smothered, and covered. Making Mike hungry now.
I think they come generically scattered nowadays.
Well, unless you ask them to like
put it in the ring.
Yeah. Put it in a ring or in a square or whatever.
You all asked, and he is
there. He is.
He finally figured out how to turn his computer on.
I sure did.
The IT professional is in the house.
I'm an IT guy, so I can give an IT guy shit.
Actually, it's a Mac, so I don't have to turn it off.
Oh, that's the problem. It's a Mac.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'll give it. When it comes to media stuff, I'll give it to Mac. I will.
Oh, yeah. Everything else, it's got to be a PC.
I don't know. I've spent the last 30 years working with Microsoft, and I still do. But at home, I switched over to Apple a year and a half ago or so, completely, just all in, full fanboy. Just because by the time you get into spending the money to build a system that's capable of doing 4K editing, things like that, pretty much paying the same amount of money for that same system when you get into the GPUs and everything. And at that point, at that point, I just wanted something that I could easily transfer the video, because I do most of it. I film most of my stuff with my iPhone, and this just drops right into the computer. So it eased it up for me, and that's why I switched over to Mac, was just for the simplicity of linking everything together. So.
If it wasn't for the certain software that I have that has to run on Windows,
yeah,
I'd be switching over to Linux,
which is about 90% of a lot of the stuff I do, because I can't run any of the Motorola software on a Mac. So,
Well, it's just DOS.
No, it's not DOS anymore.
No, did they finally upgrade to Windows 7
Windows?
Or Windows 95?
The CPS 2.0. And CPS 1.6 build 832, Windows 7 and up.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't run it on DOS anymore. Be nice. There's still a lot of good old DOS software out there, but yeah, the new CPS, the new RM server software for XPRs, and even whatchamacallit, the new APX software, you can't run. You can only run it on Windows. So, oh well.
Yeah, Windows.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to drop and go back in and finish spending a little more time with my daughter, because I gotta get up and leave for work in the morning before she heads home.
That was a quick cigar.
Good night, Dave. Merry Christmas. Give him a hug and
Merry
kiss.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Dave.
Watch my channel. I got a video in the pipeline that I'm finishing up on QRP activation. I went out and did the contest weekend. Didn't go so well for my receiving. But that's about all I got coming up right now. Like I said, I just want to jump in and say Merry Christmas, everybody. Saw you guys were streaming. It's good to see you, Tim.
Good to see
don't
you,
talk to
Dave.
you before. I'll see you Sunday morning.
Glad to see
You are going out
absolutely.
Sunday morning, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be crossing paths in a few months here at some point.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
Well, maybe you coming down Wednesday then?
For
More.
Oh yeah, I'll probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, if you come down
Yeah, I
Wednesday,
wasn't sure if
maybe
you were
I'll-
going to date or Orlando too. Are you going to Orlando?
No, I'm not going
Oh,
to
okay.
Orlando. Can't get time off for Orlando. I'm going to California this year to see my oldest daughter and my 3 youngest grandbabies. So I'm using 2 weeks of vacation there.
There you
So I
go.
gotta kind of watch what I use the rest for Hamfest. So
You
won't
are
be in
planning on
Orlando.
coming to Huntsville, though, aren't you?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
as of right now, everything I'm going to be at Huntsville.
You know, I say if you can't take time away from work, take work with you on the vacation and make them working vacation days.
The problem is with Orlando is we're
Mhm.
rolling out a brand new point of sale system for our stores, and I've got to put the hardware together. And
Gotcha,
that's going
okay.
to be right at the high point of that. I can't do that remotely.
Yeah. Have you tried?
All right, guys. Well, I imagine I'll catch
There's
you
a
guys on
couple
streams
guys
this
down at Home
weekend.
Depot that can help you.
Yeah.
Good night, Dave. 7-3.
See you
All
next
right,
week,
guys.
Dave.
7-3. Merry
No,
Christmas.
Dave.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, let's see this thing, Tim.
All right. So so the guy Marcus, and I cannot think of his call signs, German call sign. MRE, DK something MRE, I think. Wrote the software, and it started primarily. It was initially for a Mac version for the Flex Radio. So very, if you're used to seeing Flex's software, you're going to see this, and you're going to see a lot of similarities to that. He has expanded it. Now this is for the iOS Mac ecosystem, but well, darn it, 27 windows here. So that's smart SDR.
God bless you. You're like my wife with her cell phone. She's got a million things open at one time.
You should
Well.
see my Google Chrome screen with my tabs. I'm horrible about it.
That's why I have multiple screens.
I now have 4 in my office right now.
Jeez.
Well-
I got 3. I'm catching up.
If you want to get technical, I've got my Hams over IP screen. I've got the 7300 screen. I've got my external 7300 screen. I've got my TV, my actual HamShackTV, and then 2 computer monitors, plus this, the camera monitor. So yeah, I need a few more monitors. There it
Did you
is.
find it yet, Tim?
Yep. Now I typed in the audio, but I'll mute
Yeah,
it.
that looks like a Flex.
It is similar to software. So like the framework is pretty much the same, and pretty much everything operates the same. So Josh had opened up, and I might need to share I think I just shared the app.
Yeah, you'll probably want to do a share full window or full monitor or something.
Yeah, that didn't pop up on, did it?
No, let me kick it
Okay.
out and I'll let you
All right.
reestablish. Oh shit! Oops. Tim, rejoin. I kicked him
Did you
off
just
the-
boot him?
I booted that. I thought it was just booting his screen share. Come back.
Can you actually hear that?
A little bit.
My head thumping against the microphone.
Oops. Wrong button.
Oops.
No, I hit the share. I went to the share button, and it kicked me over to my StreamYard studio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, it's funny. It must have timed out perfectly because I hit the kick on your share, and it kicked. That's when you dropped it as well. So I thought my kick kicked you too.
Golly,
Timing's perfect.
it could be. All right.
There we go.
All right. So same things. And Dave, you're, I'm sorry, Josh, not Dave, Josh. So you can do the FT8 the same way. Somebody was talking about WSJTX. There is the way to push data back and forth with this. You don't have to use this application. you can use the what's that thing that grid tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there are ways that you can do the UDP packets back and forth with the other software to transfer that information back and forth. But this is in here. So it really, besides being in the portrait versus landscape, I mean, it's really basically the same thing you have on your phone. We could come over to 40 meters.
That waterfall is immaculate.
Yep. And you can see the whole waterfall, and actually I'm on. So I could switch over to just upper sideband data and bring that in. Now if I fired up that and actually hit the receive button, it would switch the radio over automatically to do that. It does integrate with the tuner, the built-in tuner.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I've got my LDG. I've got the LDG Pro 2 600, I think is what it is, tuner that I had with the 7300. So it has the cable that connects in the back, and then the tune button will drive that tuner, and we'll tune and everything. So now I can do a 10-to-1 versus the internal 3-to-1.
Nice.
Which is something. So like the 80 meter and 60 meter FT8 I can't do with the 3-to-1 on with the DX Commander, because the lowest band is a 40. But with that 40 element and the 10-to-1, I can tune 80 meters without any problems. And
That's
then
cool.
I'll go back to lower sideband. You know, we can shrink it here and then come on down the line. And so there's an AM radio station there, so we can, I won't do it on your stream, not AM.
Okay, here's an omnidirectional antenna. And
So I don't know. Can you hear that?
Vaguely. Interstellar Starman says, is this on a 7300? This is on a Mark II. 7300 Mark II.
was there anything specific you were looking for? Or
we're hearing it good now.
Yeah, that is I like that waterfall, and that is a nice representation.
So I can adjust if we want to just jump over.
Gotta love those 40-meter AM broadcasters.
Yeah,
some nights I can hear them. They're blowing my doors off. Some nights I don't hear them.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll go back to it if he comes back. W4 DFR. This is my man. You are up.
I got the standard through filters of the presets.
We're not hearing you too well, Tim.
I'll blink that out. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the three standard filters in there. You've got the notch filter. You've got the preamp settings. I can adjust my RF, my attenuation if I want to add a 20 dB pad to it. So about all this, all the features, I think there's right now, the only thing that this doesn't do is it does not do the CW decoder. Now he's got an integrated CW decoder with the as part of that application suite that comes with it. So if you look at the tools, I mean, there's all kinds of things in here.
Wow.
So if you hunt POTA, and I don't know, I usually filter on the band, and I don't think there's probably anybody on. Okay, so there's some 80 meter on there right now. So you can actually go in here and that's Max November 4 Tango Romeo Delta. And so you can just click on it and it'll take you right to the frequency here. So it's on 38.6. Cool. If I were to make the queue with them, I could come in here and where is the log on this one? Usually I do most of the, so far I've been doing most of the remote with the phone. I do not see it, but you could, there should be a log button in here somewhere. Why am I not seeing it? It's there somewhere. Also with the log,
that was you, not me.
not me. So here's the integrated log. Now what's nice about this, this log is tied to my iCloud account. So if I log on the 7300 Mark II, if I log on the 705, or I log on the Flex using either the Mac app or the iPhone app, it all goes back to a centralized log. So I can operate remotely 3 different radios and have a centralized log for it, which is something I like personally. And then that log is the same whether I open it up on my iPhone or I open it up in my Mac. And then it's not log for OEM. It's not, Ham Radio Deluxe or anything, but you can do all the stuff. You can do all the stuffs with this. You can filter. And I believe, where did I see it? I think you can map them. I know people like to do that.
Not sure if Jake's asking if this is a Flex or not. No, this is the 7300 Mark II.
This is 7300 Mark II.
But they do. I think this same company has a Flex version of this. I think
he does. Yes. So, and I have the Flex powered down right now.
KT Money's asking, can you program and save 6 meter repeaters? Yes, you can.
Yep. So I don't have the Flex powered up, but this is the Flex software. It's exactly the same. Now I will say that it does look slightly different. The Mac Flex software looks very similar to the Windows Flex software, where this is slightly different.
You can still see the hints of it though.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of framework, like any of the stuff that you see up here in, as far as the applications, the different tools, and there's tons of third-party stuff that's integrated, like the CTR2 controllers or the dial controllers. They're tabletop MIDI controllers that you can control your VFO and everything with, and you're just doing it through a Bluetooth connection from your device. You can get network statistics. So one of the things that operating over remotely is that latency can become your enemy. So you want to make sure that you've got good internal time and stuff like that. What else is in here? So you can, and even with this, you can manage stack controller. So with this same software, you can control the 9700. You can control the 7300 Mark II. You
Nice.
can control the 7300, but you have to have an intermediate computer attached to it, and it's connecting it to the radio via USB and doing that over the USB.
So it's not pulling the live off the codec or off the USB like it would be if it was connected directly.
Correct. So you're going to control a computer that's controlling the 7300, original 7300. Okay. So yeah, you'll see things in here like the satellite controller you'll see in here because you can manage the 9700. Now I don't know. I don't see it up on the top here when I started using this program before he officially said that yes, it works, because he didn't know, because he didn't have a 7300 Mark II yet. His words from me were, I coded the CIV address correctly then, or something. It was something along those lines.
Right.
Because I started asking him questions, and he was like, I don't know. And I said, look, I've got both programs, and they're connected. And he's like, well, I guess it works. So
nothing like being like the crash test dummy.
Well, I mean, it was okay, right? This is how I operate is remotely. And so I wanted, when I got excited when the 7300 was announced, the Mark II, because of its remote connectivity, because I had a 7300 before, but I wanted that ability to be able to leave the house and operate when I'm gone, when I'm traveling, stuff like that. Especially if I'm in a hotel room. If I'm stuck in a hotel room, I want to do something. So I'll do FT8 or whatever. And I couldn't do that with a 7300. So I got the Flex. Flex is great.
I have a question. With that software, can you turn the radio off and then turn it back on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because
So
that's what I just found out about this software this afternoon. I pushed a button and it turned the radio off. I was like, what? And I pushed it and I was like, oh, that's right. USB is addressable, just like network.
Yep. So with the 991A and with the 7300, you can turn the radios on and off with via the USB port.
Yeah.
So you have to have a software to turn that on. So you could turn on your radio, like if you fired up Ham Radio Deluxe, it would turn on the radio if it was powered on.
Right. As long as you have that radio selected in the startup.
Correct. Yes. Right. It has to trigger that in the startup of the application when it makes its initial connection. What's different about this radio, because it has a network server built in, has a LAN port, it actually will go into standby mode. So
nice.
When I there's a power button up here and there's the disconnect. So when I disconnect from the radio, it actually goes into standby. It shuts the display down and it's there, and it's basically waiting for a wake on LAN signal to say, hey, wake up, dummy. But it does, it fires right up and it connects.
Nice.
Now, when I go over to so people had said, there's a difference, like the power button. Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's blue, and that's the difference. It's blue when it's powered on, it's red when it's in standby mode, and then it's off when it's powered off. So if I go and actually push the button, it'll come up on the display screen and it'll say, do you want to go into standby mode or do you want to go powered off, shut down completely? Right. And then you can touch the screen and you could either put it in standby mode or bring it all the way down.
Well, that's really awesome when you're remote, because if something gets screwed up, you can just mash the hell out of it to shut it off. And hopefully one of those ones and zeros gets through and says, hey, shut it off.
Well, part of the setup out here, when I came out to the shack out of the house, is I didn't want to have to get, I don't want to disconnect antennas. I don't want to, get dressed to have to come out here to unplug things at night. It's different when it was in the house, right? You know, if you're in your underbritches, it's not a big deal. I have to physically walk out of the house and go out to a separate building. So I didn't want to get dressed. So part of the goal out here, especially operating remote, is I don't turn anything off. So I have the ability through like the station controller. I have a Tempest weather station. When I get lightning, if it detects lightning within 25 miles of the house,
automatically shuts off your antennas.
It will power everything down.
Nice.
It will disconnect the power. I actually have the ability now. I haven't got it implemented yet, but I have the ability to switch over to battery power and just go off the power supplies and take those out of the loop. So I can turn off the power to the power supplies, keep the radios on battery, but I can also disconnect the antennas too.
Very cool.
So that gives me the ability to fully operate remote.
Someday.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, someday for you or someday for me, because
no, someday for me.
I'm there now, and I tell you, it came in. It came in a couple of years ago. Came in super handy. I flew out to Vegas for a conference, and when I go out there, and when I travel for work, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll set it up for Monday, but I'll fly out Saturday morning and get there early, and I'll take that time to go somewhere and explore, go do a POTA, whatever. So I did that. I flew out to there, and I had portable radio. I had 705 with me, antenna, battery, all that stuff. I get out there, and there's a hurricane that had hit San Diego, Hillary or something like that, and it was coming into the desert. They were absolutely freaked out about people, flash floods, everything in the desert, and it was pouring down rain in Vegas, and so I got stuck in a hotel. I mean, it really wasn't much. I don't gamble, and I don't drink a whole lot, so there really wasn't a lot to do in Vegas except for people watch, and so I sat down at the entrance into the casino with my iPhone and was doing FT8 back home. And that evening when it was after dinner, there's nothing else to do, sitting in the hotel room, I was doing there was, I don't know, one of the QSO parties going on. I made 50 or 60 contacts from the hotel room over voice on the QSO party that night.
Very nice.
And that's so when awesome. When the 7300 Mark II came out, I like the Flex. I love the Flex. The Flex, though, is probably more radio than what I use it for. There's a lot of filtering and stuff like that I don't even mess with.
Hey, I know a guy that would like to have a Flex if you
don't we all?
Yeah, you'd like to part with it.
Yeah, and Dave is brings up who needs a Flex now, and he's absolutely right. The 7300, if you're just an average user, you're not really big into contesting or stuff like that. You just like to make contacts. You like to reg chew. You like to do some digital modes and stuff like that. $1,500 versus the $3,500 for the, or whatever it is for the base Flex, just the basic Flex, not the advanced Flex. But
it's a big difference between the 6400 and the 6400M.
The M, all that does is get you a front panel. And I just had the regular 400 or the 6400. I don't have that. And when I say front panel with knobs and a scope, I mean, you can take that with you, but really if you're somebody that needs the knobs, then the Maestro is the way to go. But if you can do everything in a program like this, you don't need the Maestro.
Right.
Yeah. And then
I'm a tactile guy. I like to play with knobs every now and then.
Well, don't we all? But actually that controller that I was pointing out, Yaesu makes one, Icon makes one, Flex has their own. Those controllers, I mean, you can use that for your VFO knob, your push to
Oh
talk.
yeah.
You can do all that through MIDI commands.
Dude Tested just did a couple videos on hacking one of the little Sirius radio heads with the big knob on it and the programmable buttons. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty freaking cool.
I think most of somebody just piped in their display.
Yeah, that's Josh's
Yep, that's mine.
output.
Yeah.
Now that he has HDMI, he can just plop it in place.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Tim, you already sold me on it. I freaking got the desktop software.
Did you just go out and buy?
I did.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Well, hold it.
Did
You
you
didn't
let
buy
them
the
know at
radio
Giggle,
yet.
Did you let them know at Gigaparts you were gonna just go ahead and keep the radio?
Yeah, we're negotiating. at this
Okay,
point.
that's fair.
Put it on.
That's fair. It's hey man, it's got a scratch on it. I saw it.
Yep.
It's used.
Well,
That-
either way, it's going to go. If I didn't buy it, it's going to go back as an open box. So
Yeah.
let's make a deal.
Right.
Speaking of which, I saw, and I don't know where they're hosting it, but I think on the 29th of December, they're doing the Let's Make a Deal thing again, which is has been good for people. If you like haggling on price, they like to haggle.
It's a
So-
fun stream. They're doing that
Oh,
on
it is.
Jason's.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's generally a form that if there's a part you're interested, an item that they sell, make an offer, and they will either accept that offer or counter that offer. And generally it's either going to be something you're interested in. Anybody, you don't have to do it. If anybody makes that offer and they either accept it or provide a counter, that price is good for everybody.
Very cool.
Now it's generally during the time span of the stream. If they've had, there's been a couple times where they've had some things get backed up, and so they'll be like, "Hey, we'll keep this going for another hour after we finish the stream." So it'll give things time to clear through. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I got
yeah.
to say I'm a huge fan of this radio. Tim, I don't know how much you know about CW, if you're a CW op or not, but what's your take on this CW decoder that's built into the radio?
Well, it's I don't know yet. I don't know CW well enough to validate it, other than being able to sit in front of it and see if I could follow along with it. And does it make sense? Like I could take things like I understand what a back and forth transaction looks like in a POTA QSO, right? So I could validate that, and does that make sense? Things like the ARRL bulletin that goes out on a regular basis. Now I think that's a machine.
Yeah, it's a computer that runs that.
Yeah, nobody's sitting there pounding that out for hours at a time.
CW. So, but I did play with it when I first got the radio, and it seemed to be pretty adaptive to speeds and stuff like that, where a lot of these other manual or automatic readers tend to be, you had to kind of futz with the speed a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool.
But I think it's fair to say, though, at the end of the day, the human brain can fill in the gap and interpret things maybe better than a machine ever will.
Yeah.
Interpolate.
I tell you what, though, my ear is not for CW. I could catch my call sign and a few little things, but I could never carry a conversation like some of the guys do. I'm just not that good. Not that good at all. and I prefer a paddle over a straight key. Don't know why. I think it's just how my brain and my hands coordinate. But yeah, CW, just my ADD does not, unless I'm focused, it just can't stay there for some reason, and I have not been able to cement it into my brain.
I honestly think, and I can't say that everybody's the same, and Josh can attest to this. He does sound production. I do sound production. When you train your ear, when I first started doing live music, there was tons of stuff I didn't hear because I was used to listening in two channels, left and right. When I started, and it took years to develop this. I go in and I sit down and I listen. Even with my bad hearing, I can sit down and I'm not hearing two channels anymore. I'm hearing 16, 17, 18, 20 individual instruments, individual voices. You sit down at a drum kit. I mean, you're talking what, 5 to 10 inputs on average.
Right.
2 guitars, 3 guitars, bass guitar, whatever, keys. You're hearing all these things going on at one time, and being able to filter down and isolate out an individual instrument in a full mix is just a thing that you have to develop your ear to do.
Oh yeah, that's an art.
Problem I have now is that I try to sit down and go into a live venue. I'm hearing 16, 18 channels. I'm not hearing 2 channels. It is a curse now to walk in, because I'm like, yeah, that guitar's out of tune. Because you can hear those. Yep, he missed his note. It is a curse when that happens. But to your point, I can hear the dits and das, and I think part of the reason why I don't like the filtering is in a lot of the radios is it makes it sound unnatural. And so I normally don't even filter. I might, if there's like an adjoining station, right up on my right up on me, I might have to filter them out a little bit or something. But you start squeezing it down below 27 hertz or 2.7 hertz or kilohertz, and I can't stand the sound of it.
Good grief, your noise floor compared to mine.
What's that?
Yours looks great.
Yeah, and I'm down there on what is that? 80 meters too.
Yeah, I just moved to 80 just now.
Yeah, you got a monstrous noise floor. Holy good God. You got an S9 noise? Wow.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
So
Same frequency you're on.
Yeah, I think mine, if I go up to 40.
Yeah, your noise floor comes up, but it's still not that bad.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I'm out in the middle of the woods, so my noise floor right now on 40 S2, S3, it's not that bad. Now if I go to 20, my noise floor jumps up just a hair, but I can tell when somebody's got something on or something running in my neighborhood. I've got 2 end-fed antennas, and I have to switch between the 2 of them so that I can hear myself think sometimes.
I've
looks like I'm running about an S6. I'm 40 meters.
Yeah, and I'm bouncing between 5 and 7 there. I live out in it used to be the country. I got cornfields all the way around me.
That's country.
But I'm in a small neighborhood. We I don't know, we were probably 10 or 12 lots that sat empty when we first moved in here. And then once the state road was converted over to Interstate 69, all those lots filled up. And we haven't had any other like development around here.
No, that's awesome.
Other than those 10 or 12 houses being built. So it's not too bad. We don't really have anybody run solar around here or any of the little things like that. But what I do have, which has always been really good, is we have. I'm in what was a cornfield, right? A farm field. We have great drainage and a good moisture content in our soil here.
So that's good for ground rods and everything else. You know,
Absolutely.
That's one thing I hated about living in Arizona. You know, everybody's like, you need to run a ground rod. I said, dude, I need to stick a dynamite to get through that basalt and everything that was right at the surface. I had to bury a dog out there years ago when we lived there, and I had to use 45 gallons of water just to soften up the ground enough to dig.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, Arizona, it doesn't play when it comes to ground. And I mean, it's so dry. You can put a ground stake. I went around the house and looked and I said, yep, there's ground rod in. I don't know how good it's doing, but there's a ground rod in.
Dave says, y'all need to have Icon put a little money in on your purchase of the radio. They're amazing at marketing, making me seriously consider the damn radio.
Oh no, they're getting amazing marketing from everybody talking about it.
Well, in full disclosure, Tim's already bought his.
Yeah, I bought mine.
Yep.
That was when like I said, when I saw it and I knew it had the network port in there, it was peanut butter and jelly for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was turduncan.
Yeah, it's I tell you what, ICOM comes out with some good radios when they come out with some good radios, and thank God somebody came out with a radio with an HDMI port. I the big giant DVI port on the back was just annoying, you know. And but it's not the first ICOM that has video output. The IC7000 has analog audio output, which I thought was amazing. For that tiny little radio.
Did you say analog audio or analog video output?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was amazed when I saw it. I was like, how do you got that little he goes, dude, it plugs in through a 3.8 millimeter in the back. So yeah, you can run video out of the back of a IC7000.
Yeah. So there's a it's kind of an interesting dichotomy in how technology gets introduced when you look at the Chinese manufacturing versus the Japanese manufacturing. And in general, Japanese manufacturing, if it ain't broke, they're not fixing it. They don't want it to break. That is their model. So when you look at it, and it doesn't matter anything they do, right? They want solid things that are not going to fail. It is culturally ingrained into their manufacturing model. And so if you look at any of the Toyota cars, right, for example, I mean, everybody rants and raves about Toyotas because they last 300, 400, 500,000 miles. And the reason they do that is because they use stuff that they know is going to work. Yeah. They don't, I think when you see a lot of technology gains or new technology in a car, it's because they're being forced to by our federal government and probably other governments to integrate some of this technology in. But you get a car, your Toyota Corolla or whatever, those things typically have an 8-year cycle on them. You might get a slight technology refresh after 4 years in the model, and you won't see it again until the 8 years when they come out with the new thing. The 4Runner's the same way. Look at
the Toyota Hilux. My God, for 3 different generations, it was the same truck, just with a little bit of upgrades, maybe fuel injection changes, maybe a different stereo on the stupid thing. They're indestructible.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
They're absolutely the most solid little truck out there. And I hate that we still have to deal with the chicken tax. And if y'all know, you know, but it's the import. There are certain vehicles
yeah.
that aren't allowed into the United States, or they have to pay a giant tax on it, you know, and it's just, it's frustrating.
Dave, I'm gonna, or Josh, can we drop
Your share?
Yeah, go ahead and drop it. Yeah.
Okay. To your point, let me hit Dave here real quick. I love my Yaesu, but ICOM is really stepping up with quality and features.
Yes.
Yaesu is missing the mark right now. I guarantee you one thing right now. Some of you out there are Yaesu fanatics, and I don't blame you. I was too. But mark my word, the next radio that Yaesu puts out, it better have an HDMI port on it. That
most likely will.
Going forward, nothing needs to have DVI. DVI was dangerous anyway. You didn't have something right, you could blow the radio up with that DVI port.
It was funny when people are like, "Oh, I don't know if that 7300 Mark II is gonna make it past FCC validation." And I'm like, "Really? Come on! How long has ICOM been making radios for the U.S. market? Yeah, they're not going to put anything in that isn't going to pass, right?
Or jeopardize it passing."
Exactly. So I wasn't worried about it from that standpoint. Other than it just whatever time it took for, and they test with external independent labs anyways, and it's just reviewed for by the FCC. But it's ICOM, it's Yaesu, it's Kenwood. I mean, these guys are the benchmark of radio manufacturers in the amateur space.
When's the last time Kenwood came out with a spectacular radio, though?
I don't know. So that's the radio I do not have. I don't have experience with, but I think Kenwood is like Motorola, where they're bread and butters in the commercial space.
Yeah,
it's not in the amateur space. And truth be told, I think ICOM's bread and butters in the commercial space too, in the aviation space. But they have strong amateur roots.
Yes.
Well, and that goes to say with Yaesu, with Marine, that what is it, Vertex Standard or Standard Horizon or whatever it is.
Standard Horizon. Which, thank God, Motorola did not touch. They bought the Vertex, but they leave the amateur radio alone. So that is a totally separate entity, and I applauded them for not touching it. I was so when I heard that they were getting ready to buy Vertex, I was like, no, I don't want a plastic box radio for Motorola.
So when it comes to any of these radios, I mean, I would not be concerned that, with any of the brands, Team ICOM, Team Yaesu, Team Kenwood, Team Flex. I mean, they all put out good quality radios.
Right.
There might be some features that are not as palatable for everybody, but in general, you're going to get a solid radio that works, and that is it. But so some of these things are just take a while for them to get into the market. The Chinese radio manufacturers, they just push everything out. Hey, we'll fix it. We'll fix it in updates. We'll fix it in updates. Now we've gotten people so wrapped up with, I need an update. It's been 2 years since we've gotten an update. Well, if it isn't broken, what do you need the update for? I mean, that's the kind of that, dichotomy of the back and forth that we're running into. A lot of people have gotten trained, I guess, to get that update, and I don't know. It's teach their own on that one.
But let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yaesu really, really dropped the ball and let the FTX1 out way too early. That radio was not ready for market yet. And that was, to your point, like the Chinese companies that are always like, we'll fix it with updates, we'll fix it with updates. That's what they done.
Mm.
That I had a bad feeling about that FTX1 to begin with. Something just didn't feel right. It felt like they rushed it out, and I think they did.
Well, I think another good point is with the younger generations. I mean, younger, I'm 51. I've been a ham for 33 years. And I've seen in the last 33 years, a huge progression over radios. When I first got into ham radio, a Drake TR4 was was an old radio then, but it was, to me, it was like the cat's pajamas, even though it was still tube and, you know, and the old Yaesu, what is it, the 736R, because I was in VHF and UHF contesting. That was an awesome radio. Now I look at that radio going, wow, technology has come a long way. But I think a lot of the technology has to deal with the younger generation of hams that are coming in. And they're going to be more attracted to, oh, wow, HDMI, network connectivity, remote, you know, things that we've been asking for years. Now that the younger, I think it's more, dare I say, gadget orientated, network orientated, for the younger generation. I think that the younger people are going to see, instead of like my ID 5100 here, you know, it's just black and white. And kids aren't turned on by black and white. They want colors. They want all the fancy stuff. They want to be able to run it on their stupid phone. You know, I mean, that's what they want. So
I want to be able to
hunt. They're trying to reach out to that. What's that?
I want to hunt POTA from the toilet.
Exactly. You know, I think that's what they're shooting for, is that gadget mentality too. You know, because the younger generations, you know, eventually there's going to be an HF radio in the back of your car that is only going to be run on a tablet. You know, kind of like what a Flex is now, but it's just going to be tablet based.
So that was interesting. There was and I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but a guy reached out to me, and he also reached out to Josh, Ham Radio Crash Course Josh, and was trying to work out how could he run the 7300 Mark II in his vehicle and use a tablet as the head unit, and have it up front and
the radio in the back,
and run it essentially remote, but have that tablet so he could you know, maybe park the car and if he wanted to put a bigger antenna on there, or go sit at a picnic bench and do it from there in the park. I mean, he had options now,
right,
without having to carry multiple radios with him.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's going. You know, I mean, look at the Hermes Light. That, you know,
Yes.
I mean, that's on the same genre as a Flex, but I mean, you can run it on a tablet. You can run it on a computer
with commodity hardware at that.
Exactly.
A very inexpensive commodity hardware. I got a brand new one sitting here in a kit and put it together as part of that stack of stuff I've got sitting around that I've been buying all year long and haven't had time to do. The Hermes Light to put together. I think it was like $300 or something.
Right.
You know, for the hardware.
Yeah. Put it in a nice case, run it on 12 volts. There you go. You just need an amplifier.
Yep.
You know, and the amplifiers are getting cheap and aplenty for 100 watts. So, I mean, yeah, it's doable for less than $500 to have a tablet run mobile HF station in your vehicle.
Or dare I say a Gigaparts.
Yes.
You need a tablet. You could use Gigaparts.
Yeah, you could. But, you know, it's there. The technology is now there that these kids are maybe it's more of a, hey, come play ham radio. Come check this out. We can talk to people. Look at my color screen. Look at the things that we didn't have growing up, kind of thing. That's how I look at it. I think it should be marketed more to the newer hams coming in and the younger hams as well as us. but I mean it just to keep the hobby alive. The more cool shit we get to play with, the better it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, another thing to remember, even though the large majority of amateur radio operators are probably in our age bracket or up, us being the younger folks in that upper part of of the people that are still active in the hobby. Yes, we're bringing a lot of younger people, but the younger people are the engineers that Yaesu and ICOM and Kenwood and Motorola, they're hiring the younger people because they're going to be, in the job market longer. So you're going to see it. It is going to get introduced. I mean, I think the older mentality of the boat anchor, the older mentality of the boat anchor community is not going to last forever.
Right. And it's basically the boat anchors are going to be sitting on shelves as historic pieces, like they're starting already,
And that's what there are groups of people that keep that stuff alive, right?
Yeah. And all power to them, dude.
Yeah, those guys that do the high fidelity AM stuff.
Yeah.
Or high fidelity sideband. I mean, there are people out. You're not going to get that with any of the modern radios. I don't think most of them can go past 3K anyways. I think my Flex goes a little over 3K, like 3.1, 3.2, but
there's a ham in Delaware that has one of the old Collins commercial transmitters that he uses for 6 meters and 6 meter AM. And my God, the audio that comes out of that transmitter is just gobsmacked. Like, wow, it's beautiful. And it's just and he's got another one sitting over on the other side for parts. He's been in the commercial radio industry for the commercial, as in broadcast commercial, not commodity commercial, I guess you can say. But he's been in it for years. And Al Waller's his name. I can't think of his call right off the top of my head, but he's pretty infamous on 6 meters. And he just the stuff that he comes up with is gorgeous. And he restored that cabinet, and it is all of its 60-year-old glory sitting right there. Fires up, big giant tube in the middle.
KE8TIQ says he has 3 Flex radios and he's considering going back to the old version 7300. With more technology comes problems. And that is a very fair statement. One of the conversations when I first met Ray a couple of years ago in person, Ray from ICOM, I was talking about the 7300 and the 705. And what I liked about both those radios is that they had a very simple to use, identical menu system.
Yep.
Couple differences, but the core menu was the same. The icons are the same. The same group of people who designed the icons for one, designed them for all of them. And there's other icon radios that the 7100 I think has the same menu system, icon system. Just it's monochrome versus color. But I really like that, and you don't get that in Yaesu. My thought behind it was that it didn't matter which of those two radios. If I need to do something, I'm not having to. I got one set of muscle memory. I don't have multiple sets of muscle memory to try to figure things out. Where's it at on this radio? If something were to happen, and I had to navigate my son or my wife through getting through the menus, that is so much easier than trying to do a DBF menu. Nothing against Yaesu. I like the radios too. I own multiples of Yaesu radios.
I had an FT450, and it's got a really nice 3-to-1 tuner into it. But if you get into the management menu, which you literally have to hold down like 5 buttons, stand on your head, power it on, and then click your heels 3 times to get.
I was getting ready to ask you if that was part of the click your heels. I
Yeah.
was going. I wonder if the click your heels was part of that.
But
You confirm.
I got into both my buddy and I in Arizona had 450s. He's like, dude, you got to check this out. He goes, adjust these settings, put them here. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I could tune everything but a freaking light bulb with that FT450 just by changing the tuner a little bit. And the radio was happy with it. And and all it was soft pots, basically, just changing some values. And that thing was phenomenal. But you had to be careful because the way that the names on stuff didn't match what your brain thinks it should be. And it's the only problem I've ever had with the Yaesu is you can go stupid and screw things up if you go too far with the Yaesu with all the sub menus and all the other fun stuff. And that's one thing I really didn't dig about Yaesus. But I like the 991 Alpha. I'm pretty used to it. I like the icon menus, the new ones for the 73, et cetera, et cetera. Even the 7000 is really easy to work through. But yeah, you're right. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't put a bunch of crap in there that you don't need that people are going to, unless they're really nerdy, everything on the surface level and one layer down should be simple. It shouldn't, you shouldn't have to have a rocket science degree and a cheat sheet 15 pages long just to figure out how to program or tune your radio.
Well, and those types of nerdy users, they're going to be probably buying a 7760 or 7610 versus one of these 7300 Mark IIs.
Yeah,
I will say
don't
this.
Have $6,000.
No, exactly. Exactly. And I will say this, if you're talking about the original 7300 wanting to go to it, I wouldn't encourage that because frankly, other than the CW decode and the HDMI out, these are pretty much the same radio. Wouldn't you agree, Tim?
I would say that yes. So and the network connectivity,
that too.
Right? So those are the three. Well, the four. The RX port. So you can do offboard filtering, and you could do receive antennas that you couldn't do with the 7300. Right. A little bit more on the advanced function. Like I'm going to put a loop on the ground out here because I could probably benefit from it to a certain degree. Josh, you probably could too. To combat some of the
noise,
the noise of the neighborhood and everything. But if you're just head to head, those two radios, if you're just a basic user, and by basic, I just mean you're just getting on doing some rag chewing. You're looking for some basic filtering, and you're not doing a whole lot of advanced stuff. And I'm including doing FT8 and those kind of things in your basic use case. Then the 7300, the classic 7300 right now, I think with the manufacturer's rebate is under $900 bucks.
Yeah, and it's a good radio.
It is a solid radio.
Yep.
You're going to get about a 12 dB gain on receive with this new thing. I do not know how to objectively measure that. I am trying to find a ways. I've got a signal generator and I'm pushing a signal into split and put it into both radios at the same time. And I am trying to track that down to give somebody in a video true objective measurement of that. I can't do it.
I wish there was like an RS. I wish you could bring RSSI up on a Yaesu and the RSSI up on an ICOM to see what the radio is seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. See, just to see what it's seeing. Even if I've got 2 service monitors in my truck right now, and just like you said, figure out what the dB loss is, hook them up, go. Everything's identical, and let's see who hears what where.
So I'm actually looking for a better signal generator. I'm using the Tiny SA and it does have a modulated signal generator in it.
Oh,
that I
I've got a
can-
Viavi 8800, and I've
Well,
you know, I've
you're
got
not you don't live in town with me though. That's the problem.
yeah, this is true. Man.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to drive up to Mass, we can throw whatever radio you want on there, man.
there we go.
Hell, you could fly here and we could still do it.
There you go. I can fly with my 7,300 in each hand.
Put on your carry on.
Yeah. Gosh, those guys. But yeah. So, but objectively or subjectively, I don't necessarily hear a difference. But I wear hearing aids too, so it doesn't. I don't know. It sounds good, and I do, and I had the 991A. I still have it. And I switched to the 7300. And I think, to me, between those two radios, I think the 7300 sounds better. But it's audio quality. It's what's coming out of the speaker. I put my cans on for either radio, and I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
But what comes out of the front firing or the top firing speaker?
It's the quality of the speaker. It's you've got. And on that note, I mean,
how well is this? How well is this? Is the frame of the speaker isolated from the chassis? I mean, there's a ton that goes into that. Like I said, with the cans, I've got the Heil whatever. Dropping stuff. I got these Pro Set Elite. So I've got one for ICOM and I've got one for Yaesu.
I've got Razor cans, and these are when you run it through the USB, I can get 7-channel surround onto them. When I run them through the radio, obviously I don't get that, but they sound phenomenal. But my biggest, cheapest is old Turtle Beach headphones, because I bought them for $12 and they sound great. And
$12 sounds good to me, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Tim will recognize.
$12 sounds better than $125.
Tim will recognize what I use
back in the day.
You got the old Sony cans?
Got some nice old Sonys. Yeah.
Sony 7506s. They
7506, the Sennheiser. I got Sennheiser around here somewhere.
I use these to mix audio at church or at work or
but
run the radio, everything.
When you're working a radio, you don't need like super stupendous audiophile headphones. You just need headphones that you can hear the dude talking, and that's what matters. And that you can adjust. And with the radio, you can adjust your output. So you can adjust your bass, your treble, your mid, et cetera, et cetera. That's the important thing. I don't see why you should spend $1 million on a set of headphones for your radio.
I got a phase reverser on mine.
Yeah,
there you go.
So that's
I can change the phase of the audio, and that helps out too.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, I mean these are a little bit more expensive. I'm not gonna lie.
And some of those headphones out there, the really expensive ones, look so stupid with the square frames and Jesus.
So these are a little bit better, but the one thing I will say, you spend a lot of time with headphones on, your ears will start to hurt after a while.
Yes, they will.
And,
they do.
So I want the better quality headphones for doing long-term stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I occasionally will take those with me to the park, but normally I try to operate away from people. Hence the gray man. I'm away from people, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll just play it over the external speaker. But if I'm around people and stuff like that, I'll wear the cans, or if I'm with a group of people, I'll wear the cans, but I usually keep one ear open.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I said. $12. Yeah. I'm not worried about breaking these. And they've held up getting smashed into a bag, getting crushed in the back of my truck. They still work. And I've got my razors, and they're so comfortable. Oh, they got the big, thick, cushy pads, and my ears don't sweat, and I like those.
Well, the headphones that Josh got, actually these do it too. The 7506s, the cups flip over, they flip back. You can move them around and all different things. So easy enough to take it and actually do one of these things with it, right? So when you're mixing, you're hitting PFL buttons and stuff. We
just went from subjectively testing radios to headphones in a matter of 3 seconds. The rabbit holes we fall down. Gentlemen, it's 10:20 it's 10:14 here in lovely southern Massachusetts. It's 22 degrees and I need to go to bed. It's been a long day. I am on call, so I'd like to get some sleep. Josh, thank you for having me, sir.
Of course.
Tim, cool hanging out with you.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I do the commercial radio side, so I'm in IT all the time, screaming at the IT people of colleges saying, hey, look, dude, you did an update to a switch and that's why the repeaters are offline.
Is it for the campus public safety?
Yeah, well, I give you a perfect example. Brandeis University, because of the Brown University issues. So we just put in a nice 3-4 repeater Cat Plus system for them, capacity plus trunking system. And we got a call that said, hey, all the repeaters are flashing on the network side. And there's a little LED on the side for the peer repeaters. The master always stays on when it's connected to a network. And I said, I know what the problem is. And they're like, what? And I said, did you push any updates to the switches because they're managed? My contact's like, you know what? They might have. So he called IT like immediately. Dude answered. He goes, logged in. He goes, yeah, we just pushed it. We pushed it yesterday. I said, well, the repeaters don't like it. Can you back it up, roll it back one to the last working? He said, yep. He did that. I rebooted the repeaters. They worked perfect. I said, quit pushing stuff.
That's the unfortunate thing. More updates come out now monthly or weekly. All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Almost weekly.
And every time you turn around, something's getting hacked nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
They called it an ACL update. Does that make sense to you? I'm not
ACLs are access control lists. So
okay,
that probably wasn't a big deal. But what they probably did was block traffic going from one host to another through a specific port.
Yeah, because the guy's like, hey, I can see them on the network. I'm like, just because you can see them doesn't mean they can see each other.
Yep.
And and that was the problem. The 2 or 3 peers couldn't see the master, and I'm like, they're sitting physically attached to the same switch. And I said, can you do a rollback and then figure out what the problem was? He said, yeah, we can do that. I said, good, get them back online, please. And yeah, as soon as he did that, I rebooted the repeaters. It came up, and they were happy.
Yeah, so we have a whole cybersecurity department at my place, and they're constantly making changes, and it's that's usually the first when something stops communicating that should be communicating, and you validate that it's powered up. That's always my first call is, all right, can you guys see traffic between point A and point B? And then usually it starts working.
Well, what's funny is we see traffic. I said, yeah, you're seeing traffic, but it's all going one way. All right, y'all have a good night. Merry Christmas.
I'm out
Happy
too.
New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, fellas.
Everybody in the chat. Goodbye. Good night. See you in the morning.
See y'all.
Yeah, we got to go. Colin had to leave, so it's time for us to go.
Good night, y'all.
I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Guys, thank you for tuning in. This is an impromptu stream. We didn't have this one planned, but we did it anyway. Just figured we'd jump on and say howdy. And hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope you found everything you wanted under the tree, or at least within reason. We'll be back to normal production next week. Talking about New Year's resolutions and plans for 2026. Tonight is the last stream or at least should be the last stream of 2025. Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget, channel memberships are available. Also, channel donations are available too, down next to the chat box. I'll flash an icon if you want to do that. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. See you in the next one. 73 AA4 WX WSCB 693.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.